I want to go to Reverend Ted Pike, and we appreciate him joining us. We'll give you his website. No one out there has fought the hate crimes bills, the cyberbullying bills like this man. You know, they'll use a poor person beaten to death by people to try to pass these laws. They openly say they want to ban denying climate change. They want to ban reading from the Bible. Canada's already started it. They want to restrict in the Cyberbullying Act. It says if you hurt someone's feelings, not even call for violence, you can be federally charged. This is all happening. And this could be on Obama's desk very, very soon. This is very serious. Reverend Ted Pike, thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Alex.
Tell us the latest, sir.
Well, I'll give you a little background here. Most of our listeners are probably aware that the federal hate crimes bill passed the House and Senate this spring, and in the Senate, the hate bill was attached as an amendment to the annual defense authorization bill. Now, America has a rare opportunity right now, I believe, to actually destroy this federal hate crimes bill, because this spring and throughout the spring and summer, Obama has been warning Congress that he will veto any defense spending bill if it asks $100 billion for extra F-35 warplane engines. Now, that's exactly what the House and Senate are asking right now. They are demanding an extra $100 billion for extra F-35 warplane engines. They are defying Obama, and they are putting him in an excellent position to stand his ground. This is his first veto threat to Congress. He has a lot to lose if he loses this veto threat. And I believe that if Americans avalanche through email the White House website today, we could see the real possibility that if Obama saw a tsunami of protests coming in against the F-35 engines and encouraging him not to pass the defense authorizations bill, I think there's a window of opportunity that he could be encouraged to stand true to his promise and actually veto the hate crimes authorization bill package. And that, of course, would mean the end of the hate bill in this Congress. And so I'm just encouraging people to send in emails now to the White House website, and I'll just briefly give that. It's www.whitehouse.gov/contact. And you can get that on the web. And here's briefly the two things I suggest you tell the president. Number one, Mr. President, I will vote out Democrats at midterms if you sign the freedom-destroying federal hate crimes bill. That's number one email I'd like to send you. I'll just repeat that a little slower. Mr. President, I will vote out Democrats at midterms if you sign the freedom-destroying federal hate crimes bill. And then number two, Mr. President, I expect you to keep your promise to veto any military authorization bill that wastes $100 billion of taxpayers' money on unnecessary F-35 jet engines. Again, Mr. President, I expect you to keep your promise to veto any military authorization bill that wastes $100 billion of taxpayers' money on unnecessary F-35 jet engines. Now, this authorization bill with this defiant demand for $100 billion of taxpayers' money for unnecessary engines, that was approved by the House of Representatives last Thursday. It has not been approved by the Senate. And today's Memorial Day, obviously, they can't approve it today. It's not on the Senate calendar for tomorrow. It could be on for Wednesday. So we have the better part of a week here to absolutely bombard the White House with these two messages.
Pastor Ted Pike.
If people don't have their pen and paper handy, just come to truthtellers.org. We have this article, we have these instructions, and so on, right there on the home page at truthtellers.org.
Reverend, is there any other maneuvers we can do to beat this? Obviously, they have House rules on no legislating on appropriations, but this is legislation, freedom of speech killing Is there any other maneuver? How could Republicans allow this to be on there? Are they fighting it? Is there anything else we can do, or do we just hope to kill it over these Raptor engines? I mean, is this a done deal if we don't kill it this one way?
Last week, the House Republicans fought very hard to try to strip it off of the defense authorization bill. They said it was irrelevant and so on. They failed. The Democratic majority was simply too strong. I expect the same thing will probably happen in the Senate. And as I say, that could happen probably as early as Wednesday. What I think we have to do here is to paradoxically, we have to stand behind Obama. Obama, in his DFW speech as late as August, he laid down the law to the Democrats. He said, if you add $100 billion of extra pork on this defense authorization bill, I'm going to veto it. He laid it down. He says, I'm not backing down. And that's exactly what they did last week.
All right, Reverend Pike, briefly, people can go to truthtellers.org to find out more. And this is serious. We've got to fight this.